you may be wondering, okay, I mean, I see this point here of God being just, but why is this so important such that it's the pillar of our faith? Rational goodness and evil, this discussion in itself leads us to so many other discussions in theology, and that's why it's such an important discussion. Let's mention a few of them. One very important discussion that is based on this is something that we called قبح العقاب بلا بيان. The evil of punishing us without showing us or revealing to us the religion of God. What does that mean? One of the principles that we have in Islamic law is that if you don't find any evidence that something is haram, let's say you are debating cloning, smoking. Let's take smoking as an example. We don't know if smoking is haram or not. You go, you read the verses in the Quran, you read the hadiths, you don't see anything clear on smoking. What does the intellect tell you here? Other than harming yourself, because the harm that we are required to protect ourselves from is excessive harm. If you believe smoking is excessive harm, then yes, obviously it becomes haram. But many will argue that no, it's not that type of harm that you have to protect yourself from, especially if you're smoking occasionally, because the harm of smoking occasionally is not much more than eating a very oily hamburger. The damage that it does to your heart and arteries can be even more. So can we say hamburger is haram? Chips is haram. Soda is haram. Can we say that? More people are dying from soda, chips, hamburger, junk food than they're dying from smoking. So we can't say all of this is haram. Islam says excessive harm is haram. If there is little harm, you shouldn't do it, but it's not haram. So let's put that to the side. Let's say smoking occasionally. You want to smoke once a week. You're wondering, is that halal or haram? And it's not excessive harm, let's say once a week. So you go find, verses, hadiths, search them. You don't find anything on smoking. What is the intellect here saying? Why is it halal? Because if God did not show me whether something is haram or not, then He wants to punish me for it. The intellect says this is unjust. When you as a master have not shown me whether something is halal or haram, there's no bayan, there's no proof, right? Maybe God sent the proof, in the end it didn't reach me throughout history, or maybe God just never sent me the proof. As long as there is no proof, it does not befit God to punish me. The intellect independently recognizes that. So if you accept rational goodness or evil, you accept what we call in Islamic law the law of bara'ah, the law of exemption, which means that whenever you search for proofs, you don't find proofs, you can assume it's halal. You can assume it's okay, permissible. So one of the consequences of this discussion is this law. If you say there is no rational goodness or evil, then you don't have this law. The law of bara'ah, the law of exemption will not apply. Because the Ash'ari could come and say, yeah, God could punish you. He could do whatever He wants. Even if you didn't find any proof, God is not bound by anything. Whereas we say no. The intellect says, if God does not show proof to His servants, yet He wants to punish them, that is not befitting. That is unjust. So that's actually one of the discussions that, they're one of the consequences of rational goodness and evil. They're tied to it. We, the followers of Ahlul Bayt, we accept this. Other schools of thought may not accept this because of their theological understanding. So that's one very important discussion tied to rational goodness and evil.